Thank you very much, Dr. Matiang'i. And it was accurate that you said with those many remarks. Your Excellency, Mr. President, and Cabinet Secretaries present, Mr. Macharia Gaido, the Chair of the Editors Guild, distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the fourth estate. Now, I will make very brief remarks because His Excellency the President always reminds me that I should make my remarks short. I was expecting that he was going to remind the two gentlemen sitting next to him to do the same. But I guess he didn't succeed. And listening to Macharia Gaido and Daktari Matiang'i, I was in good company, Mr. President. I know you normally accuse me of making long speeches, but you can see, I'm in good company. But let me say, it is a pleasure for us to engage with our media this morning. And as Mr. Gaido said, when I saw him sitting here, I whispered to the President that this is that Macharia Gaido. who rarely has kind words for us. And since Macharia says we have now seen him, he doesn't have horns. I'm sure you have seen also the President is just a good guy. Yeah. And I think this interaction is good so that all of us will not read from the same script, but at least maybe we can share the hymn book somehow. Even if others are reading from page 10, others will be in page 1, but at least we will have some basis of sharing. And as Dr. Matiang'i has said, we made a commitment to the people of Kenya that we are going to run an open and transparent government. We will make information available to the best of our ability. And Your Excellency, I intentionally went to sit there because I wanted to have a chat with Odindo. You know, there is this thing about the hustler's jet. and the hustler's mansion, you know. And I didn't quite succeed in trying to persuade him that to think otherwise. But at least I made my case. And you see, I am reminded the other day when we left this building, 10 o'clock at night, after several meetings, the President told me, you see, when we were in the campaign trail, you said, we are going to wake up early and sleep late. So in future, be careful about what you ask. Because you can see now we are sleeping late and we were here early. But looking at where we are and where we want to go, we look at the media as a partner and as people who we need their voice to be able to tell our story. It may not be exactly in our words. It may not be exactly how we want it said, but we are sure that it will somehow be said. And that's all we ask. That the story of the Jubilee government must get out. And we are going to make information available in sufficient detail. Mr. Gaido, in sufficient detail. Enough for us to make our story so that we can take the country forward. I asked a friend of mine who is a journalist, why the way you write, it looks like you don't find anything good about what we are doing. So he told me, my friend, you see, for the media, the best way to support a government is to criticize it when it goes wrong. And when they do well, to criticize it for not doing better. So heads we lose, tails we lose. So we don't mind, but at least if you criticize us for not doing better, at least say we did well. I mean, I think that's not too much to ask. And lastly, because I don't want to fall into the trap of you should have no fear engaging with the president or his government. We have absolutely no intention of compromising the media because we know it's an exercise in futility. So we will not engage in it in the very first place. And in any case, when we came here with the president, we found the office occupied by the former president. And you remember I told you of a story that we found the office very neat with the chairs, but the briefcases that used to be there a long time were not there. So we asked President Kibaki what happened to the briefcases. And he said, Moi left with all the briefcases. So you have no fear. There are no briefcases here anymore. The only complaint we found in the media is that when Kibaki was clearing, he had been accused that there was a broken window somewhere. And so the fellow signing the clearance forms had refused to clear him. And it was said that he complained that he found the window broken. He didn't break it himself. But when we came here, we found that that story about the broken window is not true. All the windows were all right. That's the only small complaint we had, Bwana Gaido. So with those many remarks, I would want to leave it there. I want to give you one assurance that we will run an open and transparent government under the leadership of President Uhuru Kenyatta. That you can take to the bank and borrow some money with it because it's good. And with those many remarks, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my duty to request His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya to make his remarks.